up, guys? Oh, these are the people in your neighbor. Yo, I should just stand here and like socialize. What's up, man? How are you? Sorry. How you been? Hi, I'm Patrick McGinnis. I am an entrepreneur and author, but I'm best known for being the man who coined the term Fomo, which is short for fear of missing out. You know, engage, learn about the neighbors. I do wear a watch. I have right here, this is a very special purchase. It's a Chopard Mille Miglia. I bought it in Dubai in 2007, right before the financial crisis. Now, I probably should have saved that money, but it was a present to myself for working pretty hard. And I never bought another watch since because of, you just need one nice watch. I do. Her name is Alexa. She listens to me all the time, and especially when I tell her I need to wake up at a certain time. I do not keep my phone in my room. As the guy who invented FOMO, I know that phones in the bedroom are not a good idea, so I use Alexa instead. Definitely not a morning person. I'm a night person, and that's why I live in New York City, because you leave your house at 7 in the morning in New York and nobody's out there. So, I was raised to be early. I'm from the state of Maine. I'm a Yankee. Then I lived in Latin America, and time became a concept that I didn't feel as strongly, and I was late to everything. Then when I was in grad school at Harvard Business School, the whole culture is around being on time. So I would say if it's somebody else's time, I try to show up early. If it's my time, I'm a little more flex. Oh, my earliest childhood memory is embarrassing. I was not wearing pants, and I ran into our kitchen and slid across the floor in front of company, and I got slightly in trouble, and then I completely cried and ran to my bedroom. That's the first thing I remember. Time flies when I'm sitting at the Odeon with friends, having a drink. Roy is at the front. I just feel like I'm in the middle of everything, and yeah, I feel so at home. And talking about big ideas, big personalities, like that's why we all live here. For me, time stands still when I'm in flow. And so a bunch of really interesting activities give me flow. It could be writing. I love writing. Could be doing Excel spreadsheet, which will be, well, I'll be AI next year, but for now it's me. It could be meditating or yoga, or it could be playing the piano, but it's something where I'm all in doing an activity and I'm focused. So I used to live in Argentina, and in Argentina, people eat late, like 9:30. I kind of eat late too here, but what the beauty of that is that you get out of work, or you get out of school, and then you have like 3 or 4 hours of time for anything, family, friends, whatever you want to do, shopping, gym, blah, blah, blah. And in New York, we all compress all that. So to me, adding that kind of after work, pre-dinner hour for some kind of self-directed activity, or spending time with loved ones, that's the perfect solution. I would go back to the revolutionary times. Like, listen, I want to see my boy Alexander Hamilton and George Washington sit at a table with them at Francis Tavern, which you can still visit, by the way, see if the menu is different, and then talk about this gigantic project, this audacious project, which is America, and figure out what they were doing, and then maybe learn from them about how we can continue the project today. So somebody gave me a very good piece of advice, which is, I used to be late to everything all the time, always rushing, get to the subway, running for the subway. And she said, that's not very kind to yourself. Like, kindness would be leaving 2 minutes earlier and not putting yourself into a total state of stress and cortisol and all that sort of stuff. So what I would tell myself is, just leave like 1 minute earlier. Take the walk. I'm gonna give you a favorite memory of New York that happened right here in Bogardus Plaza. It was 2 summers ago. My friend Usman was visiting, and he had never been to New York. So he said, Patrick, I want a bagel. I want a New York bagel. And I said, let's go to Zucker's. So we went over here, right here on Chambers Street. We sat here in this plaza, and I was walking into the plaza. There was a woman sitting at a table, and she had a couple of small dogs. I didn't realize this. So I was walking by. She yells, hey, you kicked my dog. I'm very certain I did not kick her dog. But I turned around, by the way, the dog hadn't moved, so I'm certain it was fine. But she said, I can't believe you. You kicked my dog. And I said, ma'am, I didn't kick your dog, but if I caused you any distress, I apologize. And she said, apologize to my dog. And I just sat down and ate my bagel. Sometimes I like to think of FOMO as nostalgia for the present. We see this thing that's happening and we cook up nostalgia based in our own head about what that thing would have been had we taken part in it, right? And so really what FOMO does is it robs us of the present moment because we're living in a scarcity mindset where we're so focused on what we think we don't have that we fail to appreciate all the amazing things we do have. So one of the most important things about overcoming FOMO is remembering all the great things happening in your life and focusing on those things. That man right there, because he's audacious. All right, so I can actually do this thing and I'm gonna go direct to camera. Jay McInerney. I moved to New York because I read Bright Lights, Big City. I hang out at the Odeon because it's the cover of the book. You have shaped my New York experience. I met you one time, you signed my book, but we've never had coffee. So Jay, if you're watching, let's grab a coffee. I bought your new book, I'm reading it. Let's hang out, I'll meet you at the Odeon. All the time, because I have two speeds, 100 and 0. And so either I'm running around doing all the things that we do in New York City, or I am at home reading a book, watching Netflix, doing nothing. But I would say watching television for me is a waste of time, absolutely. But I do, because, you know, we have to recharge. And for me, kind of just letting everything be passive is a waste of time, but also it's restorative. A New York minute, I'd say about 30 seconds.